Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. Happy Friday. This is the happy hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary hanging out with you guys. Rico, hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going well.
Good.
It is going well.
Any exciting plans this weekend?
No. I don't think so.
Just the Tipsy Tina's, the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show
at noon tomorrow downtown. And then might be taking part in some post-game action. Not sure yet, though, so I won't
have to check with the wife.
Won't fully commit to that. Yeah, because I don't know if we have plans.
Let's just be real.
She has all the plans. She just she tells me what to do.
She keeps track of the calendar.
Yeah, she tells me where we're going, and then I just go.
Think about that. I mean, your kids aren't even old enough yet to participate in sports. I mean, think about when you got to pick them up from school and they're participating in practices, and you got practices at night.
Yeah, I'm going to forget things all the time.
You are?
My kids are just going to be waiting at school. Call me. Dad, where are you? I'm at home. Why?
Well, here's a question. When
You're
will
supposed to pick me up from practice?
An hour and a half ago. When will you guys get your children phones?
I don't know. I didn't have.
Have you thought about it yet?
One until high school.
I didn't get one until 8th grade.
I'll get them a flip phone.
See, and the one I got in 8th grade was one of the slides.
Yeah, like I'll get them a flip phone. They don't need a smartphone.
Yeah, I just didn't know if I mean obviously that's years away.
Yeah,
but I mean, so I walk around and I see like, there are like 10-year-olds having iPhones.
Unnecessary.
Like there's nothing. I'm not going to be here and say no way you should get a 10-year-old an iPhone.
Look, I was a perfect parent before I became a parent.
I see, and that's
everybody has all these grand ideas of what they're gonna do when they're a parent. And I'm not gonna allow my kid to watch screens. They're gonna go outside and play all the time. No screen time, no junk food. I'm gonna make all this food and we're gonna eat so healthy. Blah blah blah. Yeah, shut it. No, you're not.
Are you going to? How do you feel about the job you've done as a parent?
I think I've done a great job.
Okay, good.
I think I've done a great job.
That made Buck laugh.
Buck, how you doing as a dad?
How do you feel? Like
doing great.
2 thumbs
Damn
up.
Straight.
Good.
Ask anybody on the text line. How good do you think you're doing as a parent right now? 402-464-5685. Bet you're doing great because you know what? Everybody's doing great. Everybody's kid is different. All right. Now, one kid may be relying on screens. Another kid may be relying on playing outside. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as your kids grow up and they're happy and they're healthy and they don't turn out to be serial killers. Then you're good.
We're happy.
Yeah. You're good. You're doing a great. You know what? Everybody out there, if you're listening right now and you're a parent, you're doing a damn good job. All right? Don't let anybody tear you down. You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work.
There it is. Friday motivation from Rico, the dad.
You're welcome. Dads, moms, aunts, uncles,
how about
grandmas, grandpas, you guys are doing great.
How about this? Unnamed texter, single dad here, and I'm effing killing fatherhood.
Damn straight you are. Damn straight you are.
How about that?
Doing a great job.
I'm a great dad. My dogs love me.
Doesn't count.
Best. Oh, that might be a touchy subject.
No, that's not a touchy subject. That's not a touchy subject.
No. Trust me, that could be touchy.
No, it's not touchy. I guarantee anybody that has kids, they roll their eyes to the
anybody that has kids
umpteenth degree when somebody says, I think I'd be a great parent. I have dogs. I have cats. I have pets. No, it's not the same. All right? It's not the same.
So Mark Onweiler says, I'm just okay at
Mark,
parenting.
you're doing a great job. Shut up.
Yeah. Fine.
Damn straight, unnamed texter. You're the best parent your kids ever had.
That's true.
It's
I think
motivation.
The one about the dogs, how do you feel if they have human children and dogs that they view as children?
No.
Because then they're getting kind of both sides of the coin. They have humans and they have dogs.
They have humans.
they have humans and they have dogs. So I mean, come on.
No.
I'm not one of those.
And Thomas and Lincoln,
I'm not one of those that thinks like, I never grew up with a dog, so I don't believe in all that. But I just know that's a very sensitive subject for people.
I know it is. Thomas and Lincoln, I understand that, and I sympathize, and I get it. All right, I get it.
So they have to have dogs,
but it's not the same.
So that's not the same.
It's not the same.
Chase B says, Rico, you're on a different level today. What'd you do, Rico?
I don't know.
Okay.
I named above average stepdad here, but world's greatest grandpa. No, you're not an above average stepdad. You are a great stepdad.
Okay, here we go.
Doing a great job.
We got some clarification. I was a dog. Unnamed texter says I was a dog mom before a real mom. It is not the same.
No, because you know what you can do. You know what you can do. You can let your dog outside and just leave him, and it's fine. But if you
from the start, just leave him out there.
If you open your door and you just let the kid out, it could be terrible. Like somebody could also steal your dog, but it's different. Also, you can leave your dog at home with just like a water bowl and food when they're like a year old. Try and do that with a 1 year. Try and do that with a 1 year old, a kid, like a human child. You can't do that.
Have you ever left KJ alone?
No, I can't leave KJ alone for 5 seconds. You can't do that.
That should be an experiment.
No, it shouldn't.
Not with any like. Maybe not with the. Well, I guess that'd be a dangerous experiment.
Yeah,
never mind. I changed my mind.
How baby-proof you think your house is? It's not. The baby will figure something out.
Did you get your house professionally baby-proofed?
No, it's not baby-proofed at all. It's baby-proofed, but
I do want. Forks are just laying next to outlets, and
it's baby-proofed. But like, there's things that aren't baby. Like we have our coffee table. Mm-hmm. It's a rectangle coffee table. There's corners.
Corners, yeah.
Fall into it.
Do you have sponges or like pool noodles on the corners?
No. If he falls and he's anywhere close to it, I just push him away from it.
Nah.
If he falls on the floor, he's good.
It's
a floor.
I'm all for my kid falling on the floor.
It's a floor. He's fine. There's carpet.
So the texter says, definitely not having kids now that I know I can't just put them outside with a bowl of water.
See, you can't do it.
Who would have thought?
You think you could just get as a dog house? There's not a kid house, so you just leave your kid at home. You're just like, hey, little Johnny, me and mom are going to the movies. Here's your food and your water. Have a good 3 hours. This is not going to happen.
I feel like to some extent you could just put a little bed in the corner and they would lie in it.
You can do that at a certain age, but it takes a lot longer.
Okay. Gotcha. Terrell Farley texted in a picture of Call of Duty. So Terrell, congratulations. He is home playing Call of Duty. Bobo says, yeah, Rico is right. I have both. Dog easy, kid, lot of work.
It's true.
That's too bad.
Good for you, T. Farley. I'm glad you finally got it because you slept in last night.
I still am laughing about the whole definitely not having kids now that I know I can't just put them outside with a bowl of water.
You're welcome. Today on the happy hour,
we are an informative and educational show. First and foremost, that is what we do. We walk in before the open plays. I look at Rico and I say, what can we teach the people about today? And today we chose that you can't put put your kid outside and just leave him.
You can't leave your 3-year-old at home with a bowl of water and a bowl of food and expect him to be good.
Okay, this might be getting a little bit too far. Crowbase says just kennel up the kid until you get home.
Again, can't do that. You can do that with a dog. Can't do that with a kid.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you could. It'd just be forms of child abuse. I guess this would be a good time to say if you do know anybody that does kennel up your kid or their kid, make sure you call the local authorities. Anyway. Shout out to Bob. That's a great text.
Shout out, Bob.
But once again, 402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Let's get to a couple things. Go ahead.
You ate on YouTube. Kids are also way more expensive.
Oh, here's a question.
You ever buy diapers?
No, I have not.
You know how to buy diapers for your dog?
That's true. I mean, you could. You don't have to. You don't have to. There I feel like there's some that are extra. Like, okay, here's something that's extra.
Like there are diapers for dogs. Like if your dog
accessories are too much.
Oh.
When the dog goes walking around with a backpack.
Oh, those are cute.
Maybe they're cute. Maybe they're cool. I don't know. But like Lululemon is selling backpacks for dogs and everything like that.
You don't need an on brand. You don't need a brand
let's just okay. You know what? I'm gonna look up how much a Lululemon dog bag is.
Look, people that dress their dogs up for Halloween, amazing, so cute. The little ones that have like the front legs as legs, and then they have little arms, super cute. Love it.
All right. See, here we go. This is the headline. Lululemon Nano backpacks are what all the cool dogs are wearing.
Mm.
It is a duffel bag that you can store their treats.
You don't need that.
Treats, dog harness, tennis ball, squishy toy, or other dog accessories. And they are $54.
You know what you need for your dog? You get him a collar, you get a leash, and you get the tennis ball. Your dog's good.
Now, but see, I feel like we're also transitioning to a time of society and a place to where leashes are outdated and it's more harnesses now.
What?
Have you seen like the harnesses where they go over the chest rather than the neck?
Okay, but you still have a leash.
You have
so
a
you
leash.
Mean collars are outdated.
No, not even collars, because like you have the collar or whatever. You just
Yeah.
don't hold on to the leash from the collar. You hold on from the harness. Does that make sense, Rico?
No.
Yes. Okay. Think about it. If you had a collar on,
So you don't. So the harness is so you don't choke the dog if they try to run.
Basically.
Okay. I mean, I guess.
Or snap their head off. Like,
Well, definitely don't do that.
get back here, Johnny.
How strong are you, or how strong is the dog that's happening?
So some dogs are pretty strong.
Nebraska Nolan says, "Don't pretend you weren't kennelled as a kid. If you got put in a playpen for any amount of time with a few toys, you were kennelled. Gives mom a chance to do chores or get a 20-minute nap in." No, it doesn't, because the kid's gonna freak out.
I think by kennel I mean like a dog kennel,
Like an actual
metal cage, and they can't get out.
Put them in there with some newspaper.
They're sitting in their own
bowl
pee.
of water.
They're sitting in their own urine. Yeah, that's that. I mean, I think I enjoyed my playpen.
There's no such thing as enough
I don't
time
know.
to do chores.
Jared in Wisconsin says, "What? No baby cage? Have I been parenting wrong?"
Yes, Jared. But you know what? You're doing a great job.
Yeah. Hey, if the kid's healthy, you're fine.
Kid's happy, healthy, laughing.
Yeah. So anyway, Chase B says these comments are going to get CPS called, probably. So it's probably time for us to move on. All right, let's go ahead. And at 1:30 today. At 1:30 today, we'll be joined by Zack Carpenter of Inside Nebraska.
Thomas Lincoln is right. You always sit in your own urine when you're a baby. It's called
With
a diaper.
Yeah. My question I was going to ask you, Rico, how much money, if you had to ballpark it,
Too much.
have you spent
Too
on
much.
your kids?
It's too much.
Ballpark it. And I'm curious on the text line 402-464-5685.
How do I even ballpark
It. Give age.
Do you count the food that I buy for like them and me? Or
No. Just like I'm talking.
So you
like
want me to go like diapers?
daycare, diapers.
You want daycare included?
Yeah, that could be bad actually. So like diapers, clothes.
Too much.
For
I can't ballpark it. I can't.
Really?
It's a lot. Kids are expensive.
Like, are we talking like 50 grand?
I don't know about yet.
Okay. I mean, and this is an exercise that you guys, the listeners, can join in on as well. Give the age of the kid and let us know how much ballpark you think you've spent.
Daycare is way too expensive.
You've said
diapers are way too expensive.
I did not realize. Now, obviously, there's like
I do love my daycare.
7 or 8 year differential in age between you and I. I did not realize how pricey daycare is.
Yes.
Like,
and there
wow.
are some that are more expensive.
Jeez.
Those are the learning centers where they teach your kids things.
Mm. So there's daycare that they just kind of watch you.
Well, they still teach the kids, but the like learning centers, like they'll get you because they call them like developmental centers where they're teaching them all kinds of. They try to tell you that they're better than the other places, and they teach you all kinds of new things. And
okay,
I don't understand it. I think my kids are learning plenty of things at the daycare that they're at.
Good, as long as the developmental piece is on track, we should be good. Jim and Lincoln says, I have $3, $24, $19, and $15. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on them since they were born.
Yeah.
Yowzers.
Yeah, it's a lot. Kids are expensive.
$2,500 for 2 kids to live for a month, according to Hizzlebear. Gee whiz.
For them to live. That's a funny way to put it.
For 2 kids to live a month.
Kids to live. Was that the rent price? Is that...
charging your kids rent?
Is that how much you're charging them to live with you?
Do you want a dad or not?
$2,500.
$2,500. I need you to. We better hope that cupcake business goes.
Preschool / daycare. There are preschool. Well, Ellie is currently in like preschool. Like it's not preschool yet because she's only 3. You go to preschool when you're like 4. I actually don't know. She's like preschool.
So you can do preschool.
Yeah, I mean you can. Yeah.
Pre-K.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
But it's great.
Seems extra.
She's learning all kinds of things.
Yeah, that's too bad. Anyway, 402-464
Rachel just texted me.
5685. What'd she say?
She said, with just Ellie going to daycare,
Oh, she gave us a number?
for 1 year, we spent roughly $1,300. Well, $13,000.
Just on
Just one kid for 1 year.
one kid for 1 year.
Now we have 2.
Do you understand? Not okay. I want to be very, very delicate how I ask this.
No, go ahead, ask it. Don't be delicate.
No, I'm going to be delicate
don't be delicate.
because I know for 100. But do you ever stand back at the end of a year and you hear that number and go, "Damn,
Kids are expensive."
kids are expensive, and I could do a lot with $13,000."
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
But
'Cause
then
I did not want to make that sound like you regret having children because
Oh,
number
no.
one, I know you
Not
love
at all.
being a dad.
No,
and,
not at all.
and your children
but kids
are
are
great.
expensive as hell.
That's wild.
But then you go home or you go to pick them up and they smile at you and they run at you and they give you a big old hug and they give you a
it's
kiss on
worth
the
it.
cheek. You're just like,
100% worth
and
it.
you're just like, man, you are super expensive. But I love you.
Man, that kiss cost about $2,500.
Yeah. Every second that
Well,
you're hugging me.
I suppose it's worth it.
Don't worry, because then you take good care of them now. Because then when you get older,
They
and
take
you
care
start
of you.
you start peeing in your diaper, they have to take care of you.
They gotta switch. They gotta switch the depends out.
Big brain energy
Go-
right there.
go get some-
They have to pay for your retirement home.
Hey, Ellie, go get your 75-year-old dad some depends from Walmart, please.
And don't skimp on them. I want the good
I
ones.
want the cushion.
I want the good
Give
ones.
me the extra
You're
cushion.
gonna make me sit in these all day.
Okay, so here you go. Burnt Cheese says, haha, Nick, are you trying to tell us something? You sure wondering how to take care of a child and how much they are? Congrats, man. You'll be a great father. Absolutely not. No, I'm not trying to tell anybody. Somebody said, unnamed texter, the one that decided not to have kids after they found out that they can't just put them outside, says, Nick, you're a select baseball kid. Imagine how much you cost. Not as much as the current select baseball kids. Because I was done with select
Jay
baseball.
Lincoln says I paid $2,500 in fall sports fees this year.
That's what I'm saying. In fall sports fees. In fall. Now, Jay, I'd be interested to see like what I'm sure it was probably like a prospects.
Yeah, but now you
baseball
don't have
team
to.
and stuff,
Now you
but-
don't have to buy diapers. So there you go.
Yeah, you put the diaper money to
Exactly.
sports.
Diaper money goes to sports.
It's what's going to be rough is when you're in that in between. Well, hopefully they're out of diapers by then.
I would say, what's the in
By T-ball.
between?
By T-ball.
They better not be in diapers.
Yikes. Have we begun the training or like the potty training process yet?
Oh yeah, Ellie's already. She can. Yeah, just not at night.
When do you start with KJ?
I don't know.
2, 3?
I don't even remember when we started with Ellie. Just kind of happened.
Gotcha.
They also help at daycare, which is great.
Gotcha. New texter. I'm not sure I should say because I don't think you're being truthful. I run a cheap daycare. Let the kids run around outside and put out a bowl of food and a dish of water.
How much you charge? I'm sure they're doing just fine.
Yeah. I'm sure they learn through
It's
experience.
fenced, right?
They learn through experiences.
It's fenced like a privacy fence. It's tall enough nobody can climb over it. Because if that's true,
Then
I want to know where you're
yeah,
located.
yeah. Let me know your number.
Yeah.
Give me your number.
I already have your number.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, okay. Here we go. Johnny says we spend $1,700 a month on dance school activities for one daughter, senior age 17. Gee whiz. Man. Your wife says, Nick, you're asking him specific questions that Enrique can't answer. So that's too bad.
It's true.
That's too bad. Daycare is literally a second mortgage that we're getting. Chase B is scared to have kids. Are we going to include child support with this? Well, that could be a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole nother conversation that I
we
don't understand.
Yeah, that's a slippery slope.
Chase B is scared because twins run in their family. Oh, well, twins run in my wife's family, and she wants to have twins. So that's a thing.
Rachel wants twins.
Yeah, I would get them mixed up. It would be a problem. How many twins do you think? I saw this somewhere. How many twins do you think go by the wrong name because their parents mixed them up when they were babies. Like they had certain names, and then at some point during their childhood,
when they were learning about their name,
like the parents, like when they were like babies, like they just mixed them up. Just one day, they called instead of calling
not as many as I think.
Instead of calling
expect.
Jimmy Johnny, they called Johnny Jimmy, and then it just stuck. Yeah.
I not as many as you would imagine, because at some point along the line you would get mixed up with like birth certificates and all that stuff.
Well, I know the mom knows.
Yeah. Small town daycare for Tyler is $225 a week. Okay. Real.
For one kid?
Must
Both
be.
kids?
Is that how it's charged as per kid?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Well, quite the interesting conversation there.
You guys are all doing a great job.
Yeah, great job as fathers, mothers. Great job.
Dog parents
as well. Cat parents is where we especially draw the line.
No cat parents.
No cat parents.
Because you don't own the cat. The cat owns you.
You can leave the cat wherever and it will figure out a way to survive.
No, the cat owns you. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I think I'd rather get any other animal but a cat.
I hate cats. Also,
I hate cats.
I'm allergic
as well.
to cats, so it's fine.
I used to be allergic to cats and dogs, but now I've gotten to this point where I just say I'm allergic to cats so that I don't have to see them. Because I hate cats. I'm sorry to people.
Yeah, it makes sense.
All right, let's go ahead and get to break. Drizzlefish, I'd tattoo a freckle on the bottom of one of the twins' foot to keep them from getting mixed up.
You can't
life hack.
You can't tattoo a baby. Just permanent marker.
Andy. On the bottom of the foot. All right, we need to move on. When we come back, we'll talk to Zack Carpenter of Inside Nebraska, talk to him about Huskers and fighting Illini, as well as, if you did not hear, Dylan Raiola is making a return trip to Nebraska, obviously currently, and strongly committed to Ohio State. Does it mean anything for Nebraska? I would lean towards no, but it is something, and something could turn into more of something. So we'll talk to Zack.
Wow.
Thank you.
So good with
philosopher.
You're philosophizer now.
We'll talk to Zack coming up next on the Happy Hour.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wow. Did you ever save me money on my car?
Yes, that's why our customers keep coming back.
How do you do it, friendly car dealer ?
We simply have low overhead and high trade-in values. The next line's yours.
Oh.
Ready for something better? Mullen Motors is a no-hassle, no-pressure dealership with financing available. Check out the inventory at MikeMullenMotors.com.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Join us on Friday from 4 to 6 at Bourbon Street as we get you ready for Saturday's game against Illinois. Old school Jay Foreman and DP goes from 4 to 6 p.m. Stop by for some of the best drinks and Cajun food in town at Bourbon Street at 8th and Q.
Get an immediate look back at the game from the people who know it best. It's the Tanner's post-game show and the final word live from Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Hear from former players and national champions like Jay Foreman, Rashawn Jackson, and Aaron Davis and see what they saw in that day's game. It's the Tanner's post-game show and the final word. Live and in person, home or away at Tanner's Bar and Grill, brought to you by Bauer Infrastructure. Only here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is finally time for the high school football playoffs, and you can hear all the action unfold right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Hey guys, it's Nick Sainert. Join Jay Foreman and I tonight at 7 p.m. for a first-round playoff matchup between Millard West and Lincoln Southwest. The Silverhawks are 7-2 on the year and are led by senior running back Cal Newell, who ranks 9th in the state in rushing yards this season with more than 1,200 yards on the ground. Kickoff is slated for 7 p.m., and you can hear all the action unfold right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul and Gato Comedy Syndicate present Big Comedy Energy November 11th and 12th, featuring headliner Corbin LeMaster.
If you don't know, cultural appropriation is like if you're not black, you can't have cornrows. If you're not Asian, you can't use chopsticks. If you're white, you can't score a touchdown.
4 shows November 11th and 12th at 7 and 9:30 at Mary Ellen's at 27th and Pine Lake. Tickets are $15 in advance or $25 at the door. For more information, find the event on the Mary Ellen's page on Facebook.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
We'll see areas of fog this morning, then by late this afternoon, clearing skies as we'll top out near 63. Winds out of the south at around 10. Patchy areas of fog will be possible again tonight with a low of 39, and then an absolutely beautiful weekend ahead of us. Highs tomorrow in the upper 60s, similar conditions on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Lose fat, build muscle, gain endurance. Whatever your goal, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping can help you achieve it. Farrell's offers group fitness for all levels in a fun, welcoming environment. Their proven method combines kickboxing, cardio, and strength training to get you in the best shape of your life. You've heard all about their 10-week challenges, but you can join as a member anytime. Head to fxbeatlincoln.com to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill or just south of 78th and Pioneers.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC. Your path to personal and professional development.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is under new management, but has the same great service as before. If your current garage door seems outdated or isn't working properly, call their new number at 402-480-2840 to schedule service or get a new door ordered. Steve's can repair most types of garage doors and can always point you in the right direction to get the job done. Give Steve's Garage Doors and Services a call today at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Please enjoy these next few moments of relaxation from Scott and Greg at Mendoza Family Insurance. If you would like to feel this relaxed about your home, auto, business, life, or commercial property insurance, please give Scott or Greg a call today at Mendoza Family Insurance.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear because I'm grilling up dinner. You get it?
Yes, good job.
So what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big red.
Trendy or traditional, Gary Michaels Clothiers specializes in men's tailored clothing. Off the rack or custom made to measure, there is simply no better shopping experience. Offering designer furnishings, sportswear, shoes, outerwear, and accessories for a man always concerned at looking his best. With world-class tailoring and personal service, all makes Gary Michaels Clothiers Nebraska's premier store for men. Come visit us now at Village Gardens, south of 56th and Pine Lake Road in Lincoln.
You're listening to The Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary, presented by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, so we get this off the text line, 402-464-5685. Jared in Wisconsin.
You guys are great.
Says, after the break, my daughter's exact words, quote, "That guy saying he hates all cats is pretty harsh. ... I put her back in her cage."
Did you give her water?
Just get her water. We'll be all
Get
good.
her a bowl of water and a bowl of food.
She'll be
and
good.
I don't see the problem.
All right, let's go ahead and bring in Zack Carpenter of Inside Nebraska, our weekly Friday guest. Zach, what's up, man? How's it going?
Pretty confused. Like, what are we talking about here, fellas? I missed the last segment, but apparently there's some craziness going on, which I guess is your guys' brand. So fill me in.
You mean to tell me you weren't listening to the first segment before you came on? How dare you, Zach?
Hey, I'm a loyal listener, but this Friday I was trying to relax before the visit news came in, but so I missed it this time. So
no, it's okay. You don't have to lie to us. It's okay. No. Okay, so we were talking in the first segment about how expensive kids are, and like I don't have kids. I am 21 years old, so I do not have kids.
I mean, you could. Have kids.
I could.
Don't say it like it's impossible.
And nothing against people that might be 21 and have kids, but I do not.
Nor do I.
Yeah,
I'm 28.
exactly.
I do not have kids.
Okay.
Either,
Rico is 28 and has 2 kids.
Yes.
And so we were having the conversation of how expensive kids are. And then we got, a text on our text line about dogs, and how, with dogs, you can leave them outside with a bowl of food and water.
I said you
and they're
can't do that
chill.
with a kid.
But you can't do that with a kid.
Well, I would hope not. Might have to deal with Child Protective Services there.
Exactly.
Well, our text line was telling us, our text line was informing us of all the people that were taking their kids out of their cages today because they realized they can't do that.
Well, I mean, I guess that's along the lines of the people who have their kids on leashes that you see around, which is just still a wild trend that came up a few years ago, whenever that was, when that was popping up. It's like you do a double take, a real life double take. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. So, okay, Zach, you have a dog that can fetch beers. I know that. We still have yet to see the trick. However, well, I mean, in person, we've seen it on social media, obviously, but just tell me that your dog does not have a Lululemon backpack or any kind of crazy accessory like that.
No, the only accessory he has that would be even close to comparable is I have him in a Chiefs bandana, pretty much at all times. Good luck bandana. He's a Chiefs fan. I chose the life for him. I like to joke around that I didn't. You can't choose who your kids or your dogs root for, but he's a Chiefs fan. But no, we're not over the top like that.
Good.
The Lululemon backpack.
Okay, good. I just kind of have to double check, make sure we're bringing on the right people onto this show and all that good stuff. All right, so once again, we're joined by Zack Carpenter of Inside Nebraska. Dylan Raiola is visiting this weekend. News kind of broke about an hour ago. What does this mean? He's still committed to Ohio State. Ohio State is still a top-notch program. I mean, what's the deal here? Is this just kind of a family visit, or is there a significant chance that maybe Nebraska can do some work?
Yeah, I mean, been sitting on this for a few days now. The plan has been he's kicking off 9 p.m. Central in Arizona, games on ESPNU, and big time game. And the plan is for him to fly in, believe tomorrow, and be here in time for the game. Everything goes to plan, but I know talking to some people like, oh, Ryan Day must be freaking out a little bit. I'm like, I don't think that Ryan Day is like really going to be too worried about it. I mean, it's not nothing. Anytime you can get him on campus, anytime you get a 5-star quarterback on campus, a legacy guy on campus, it is worth something. But I still do know that he's firmly committed to Ohio State. But yeah, like I said, getting him on campus, it is at least it's noteworthy, absolutely. But they just offered his brother Dayton Raiola, the 26 class, and offered a couple of his teammates, Urlacher's son. They offered a running back there. So those guys, I'm not sure if they'll be on campus this weekend. Those other two, but I think it's more of a family visit where Dylan's supporting his brother and his family. Obviously, Donovan, his uncle, is offensive line coach on the team. But I don't see a flip coming. I don't see a decommitment. Let's just put it this way, that we haven't done any pre-writes up of Dylan Raiola has decommitted from Ohio State or Dylan Raiola has flipped to Nebraska. None of those pre-writes are in the system or even in the works right now. But still, it is. It's not nothing that you get a guy like that on campus.
We're joined by Zack Carpenter of Inside Nebraska, and sticking with the recruiting front, I'm kind of curious. So Bo Hewley is another guy that has kind of been talked about on the social media and on the message boards and stuff like that. It's a Georgia commit currently, I believe, an offensive lineman there. And I guess two-part question. I mean, give us kind of the rundown on a couple other commits that maybe Nebraska fans would be interested that are making their way out. And then also just kind of like what's been the perception or reception, I should say, of recruits after this, coaching change and a couple changes have been made. Now that everything's kind of settled, the dust is kind of settled. Mickey Joseph is firmly into the role as interim head coach and potentially as the full-time head coach here in the next couple months or so. But what's been the reception from recruits when you've talked to them on the road or whatever it may be?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if things are necessarily settled. I think led by Mickey, they're doing a great job of continuing to hit the trail and not like Mickey told our Greg Smith, you can't recruit as a lame duck staff. They're still being aggressive. They're still getting after it. Like you said, we're going to do things the right way, and we're not going to sabotage the program. So they're still getting after it and going onto the road, and honestly, probably a little more aggressively than they had been in the past. Like you look at Mickey's last trip down to Georgia, to Cedar Grove to talk with Kay and Lee and Adonijah Green, a couple other guys down there, and then makes the trek over to Arizona to see the Raiolas and like I said, Kennedy Urlacher and the running back name's escaping me, but also at Chandler, who I believe has Utah offers. So they're still making their presence known, and that's what you have to do as a staff. You can't just be sort of walking around like a ghost, and just kind of going through the motions. What's interesting is they are hitting Arizona and Georgia a little harder. I think they're recruiting guys that necessarily may not have been recruiting in areas, recruiting guys who they may not have been recruiting as hard. And I think we're seeing more examples of Mickey's reputation at work. Guy that you can't just show up, you can't just show up aimlessly down in a place like Georgia and SEC territory and just expect things to work on the recruiting trail. I mean, you have to be a respected face and respected presence and in those areas to actually have it be worth your time. And that's exactly what Mickey and Sean Beckton and those guys are, is respected in those areas of the country. So I think it's impressive to see them going out there and still putting in the work with Bo Hewley. He's a guy that now I think this is the second time this fall that he's been set to visit. We had him on our list of people who are of players who are going to be visiting. I think that was for the Indiana game that he was supposed to visit. I think it was either Oklahoma or Indiana. And then less than a few hours after we had put him on the list, we took him off of it because we were told no, it's actually not happening.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we're still sort of on the fence of Hewley, that he is going to wind up being in town, but he is. Gotcha. It's in the works right now for him to be on campus this weekend.
Speaking of Mickey Joseph and this staff not wanting to, lay down and do anything without a fight, and kind of looking towards the future of this program and wanting to leave it in a better place than what they got it in, it's been known that they're going after a lot of JUCO recruits. Can you speak on their work in the JUCO ranks and trying to get players who maybe are more, year one with the program ready to play right away?
Yeah, isn't it kind of like the age-old argument of transfer portal or transfer portal / JUCO versus recruiting in the high school ranks? I mean, it can be a sort of a stopgap, right? To bring those type of guys in. You can't build your program like that, but they are a crucial piece to your program. You look at guys like Casey Thompson, Trey Palmer, Marcus Washington, and that's just speaking on the transfer portal. But if you want to get this turned around quickly, I do think attacking the JUCO ranks, especially locally, is a good way to do that, and simultaneously building up from the high school recruiting side of things. It's sort of a combo that you have to attack. And I sort of feel like that's how Nebraska is going to continue to build up their program. I think that, I don't know if you guys think this, but feels like that sort of combination is something that's going to be sustained now with the way it is across the national landscape of college football with the NIL and the transfer portal. I mean, is that sort of how you guys think programs are going to start to be built up now?
Oh yeah, definitely. It feels as if the transfer portal and the JUCO ranks, especially with the NIL, will be a heavy part in building programs up to kind of give that first year of the recruiting class a little bit of a break, so there's not as much pressure on any freshmen to come in and produce right away. So they'll have those guys coming in and taking that spot and maybe teaching the guys the ropes on how to deal with college football.
Yeah, I think that's another thing is if this does wind up being either a Mickey Joseph-led staff or a new coach comes in, you probably want to get some portal guys or JUCO guys to come in and, like you said, sort of give it a boost from year one, so you're not starting over with a bunch of new freshmen or second-year players that are the basis of the team you're putting out there.
Zach, I definitely want to get to the game and get your thoughts on kind of Nebraska's keys and how you see Saturday's game playing out. But last recruiting one, before we have to let you go here in a couple minutes. Nebraska, if my numbers are correct, which, I mean, call me out if they're not, Nebraska's going to have close to 50 recruits, whether it's preferred walk-ons, whether it's, guys that don't have offers, guys that do have offers. They're going to have close to 50 people on campus visiting both officially and unofficially. Is that right?
I'm not sure what the exact numbers are either. Greg, I know, has put together a list. I mean, just counting it up, that I didn't put the exact. I could do the math here in a second.
Either way,
it's a ton of them. And it's a huge weekend for recruiting. There's no doubt about it.
I was gonna. Okay, so along those lines, even if it's 30 to 50, wherever that number settles, how much does it mean that and help Mickey Joseph if it can be a really successful recruiting weekend? I mean, because that's something where you're having. I mean, you just mentioned that they offer Dayton Raiola, a 2026 guy. There's a lot of There's a couple 2024s, couple 2025s are visiting this weekend as well. I mean, this is real. I mean, laying the groundwork. We're seeing it kind of before our eyes that Mickey and his staff are taking this approach, as they've stated to us in press conferences and conversations, that they're going to recruit and operate as if they're going to be here for multiple years. I mean, does this help, having a recruiting weekend like this, possibly boost his possibility or potential for the head coaching job?
I guess it could. I mean, I think what we're seeing is what we already knew about Mickey, is that he is an aggressive, pretty nationally renowned recruiter. So I don't think that changes. It's just the fact that he's now doing it as the head coach, as the face of the program. So he's taking it a step further. I think because he is right now the interim coach and fight in that sort of audition for the head coaching job, that he now has more. I'm not sure what the word is, gusto, to be able to say, I'm not just bringing in receivers. I'm not just bringing in certain players from certain areas and bringing them from all over. And when we look at the 24 class, I think that's where it could be most beneficial. I mean, the 24 class in Nebraska has a chance to be pretty special around here. And you have Danny Caitlin coming in, quarterback from Bellevue. I think he's probably the most important in-state recruit in that class, along with Caleb Benning. So getting guys from in-state in that 24 class, along with the commits you already have in 23, who are going to be here, with Malachi Coleman, Gunnar Gotula, Maverick Noonan, and Sam Sledge, who are seem to be on campus every weekend. But that doesn't make it any less important that those guys are here to be the face of their own recruiting class. So they're trying to sort of simultaneously build two classes up. But I mean, yeah, like you said, with Mickey, I think it is it doesn't hurt that you're getting this many players on campus when the program still is sort of in flux right now. It speaks to some sustainability and, like you keep saying, aggressiveness and getting these kids on campus.
All right, Zach, we're running out of time. We're joined by Zack Carpenter of Inside Nebraska here. Really, really quickly, kind of 3 quick keys to the game for Nebraska, and then eventually your prediction on how you see tomorrow playing out.
I mean, it's not. I don't think that, again, Nebraska's weaknesses line up well with Illinois' strength. We're going to see if Nebraska's offensive line can give Casey Thompson enough protection against one of the best pass rushes in the Big Ten. We haven't seen any evidence that from this season that it will be able to do that. We'll see which is more for real, the Nebraska offense, those explosive plays, so dependent on those going against Illinois secondary, which I think that's probably the biggest one-on-one matchup that we're going to find out is this Illinois secondary for real, or is their production so far been a product of who they've played? And because this Nebraska offense is going to be the best offense that Illinois has played this year, and this Illinois defense is going to probably be the best defense that Nebraska has played. And again, that matchup with Trey Palmer on the outside is going to be interesting to see. Do they continue to go match up with him man on man, which I think that's what Casey said they expect. So it's going to come down to who's better. So those would be 2 keys. Third key would be containing Chase Brown. I mean, he's going to get his yards. He's going to get over 100. I mean, he's gotten over 100 in all 7 games this year, and in 5 of those, he's gone for 146 or more. But what's not looking great for Nebraska is I talked to Illinois beat writer Doug Bouchon of the Rivals Network and asked him what's the key to stopping Chase Brown, and said he's an excellent cutback runner, and that the key is that Nebraska needs to be able to wrap up and not over pursue when they're going after Brown. And what we've seen all year is Nebraska's defense has a tendency to over pursue time and time again. So I'm thinking that they'll be able to wear down the interior of the Nebraska defensive line, and then when he gets on the perimeter, I feel like he's going to be able to break a lot of those arm tackles and take advantage of Nebraska over pursuing. So I've got my final score prediction is 28-21 Illinois, which would be Nebraska covering spread by half a point and going slightly under that 50.5 mark. I think it's sitting at. But I see long sustained drives by this Illinois rushing attack that sort of wears on Nebraska's defense throughout the game, and then that pass rush I think is going to get to Casey Thompson like pretty much every pass rush seems to have gotten to Casey this year. And if they could slow this offense has been very dependent on those explosive plays, especially to Trey Palmer. And if the offensive line isn't given enough time for those downfield opportunities to develop, and Illinois' corners are able to lock up Palmer and Washington and those guys, then not sure if they'll be able to hit on enough of those to keep up with Illinois' rushing attack on the other side.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are kind of in the same boat of this rushing attack for Illinois is dangerous, and let's see if Nebraska, maybe, who knows, maybe they'll be able to break the streak of holding Chase Brown under 100 rushing yards in a single game. All right, Zach, hey, appreciate the time as always. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Hopefully there's no other big news that interrupts it or anything like that, and have fun with your beer fetching dog.
Yep, I'm trying to get some of those in before we have a big day tomorrow.
Perfect.
Hopefully it'll be a relaxing Friday the rest of the day.
All right, perfect.
You guys.
That is Zach. Thanks, Zach. We'll talk to you later. That is Zack Carpenter of Inside Nebraska. Appreciate his time. As always, let's take our final time out. Rico, you know what we forgot to do in the first segment?
What?
Picks. We got to do them. We got
all right.
A very quick segment coming up. It's going to be rapid fire.
Yep.
We'll do that next to close out the week and give our, obviously, Illinois-Nebraska prediction in that. We'll do that coming up next.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Join us on Friday from 4 to 6 at Bourbon Street as we get you ready for Saturday's game against Illinois. Old School Jay Foreman and DP goes from 4 to 6 p.m. Stop by for some of the best drinks and Cajun food in town at Bourbon Street at 8th and Q.
Please enjoy these next few moments of relaxation from Scott and Greg at Mendoza Family Insurance. If you would like to feel this relaxed about your home, auto, business, life, or commercial property insurance, please give Scott or Greg a call today at Mendoza Family Insurance.
This is Todd Riley with American Senior Benefits. If you qualify for Medicare, then you're probably getting bombarded with information right now about different options during the annual election period. It can all be incredibly overwhelming. We're here to help. The experts at American Senior Benefits can help you navigate all of your options and make the best decision for you. You can reach out via our Facebook page, American Senior Benefits Lincoln, or call me directly at 402-413-9510. Let us help you make an informed decision at American Senior Benefits.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and there is one place that has all the games, plus great food and beer specials. Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Whether it's Thursday night football, college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays, or Monday night football, there's a great view of the game from any seat with different food and drink specials every night. Try the Blue Ribbon Reuben Sandwich or the Prime Rib French Dip or any of their famous chicken wings. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary, sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here on the Happy Hour. It's been a while since we played Narco. Might as well keep it rolling. We got Strick here in the building. We got to get this ready here. It's Friday. It's still pretty nice outside for October 28th.
Lovely.
So let's dance in our cubicle, dance in our car, wherever you may be.
Hey.
Turn that up, Rico.
Hey. Adios. Adios.
All right, so it is time for our picks. So we're going to add, since we're doing it on the crossover this week, we are going to add Strick to our picks. So Strick, this is how we do our picks on this Happy Hour show.
Rico does bad, Nick does good. That's how we do it.
No, well, yes, but here's the deal. Rico's record this season.
Oh, yeah.
Abysmal.
He was 4-7 last week, which might be tied for his best record this year in a single week. He is 29-40 overall.
And I tagged him.
Yeah,
I did warn you.
Decided to tag
I
him.
did warn you. I said I'm not doing well in my own picks, and you were like, nah. You were like, nah. I need you to tag in. I was like, okay.
I went 7-4 last week, and I am 43-26 overall. So we go by the spread. All right.
Okay.
By the spread, we always do the biggest spread of the week. We do 5 college games, 5 NFL games.
And Nebraska.
And Nebraska.
If they play.
Well, yeah, if they play. So Nebraska's included in those 5. So then we also have this thing called a super lock, to where you can choose any bet that, or not bet, any pick that you want. And if you get that one right, it gets you 2 points.
But if you get it wrong,
it gets you 2 losses.
points. Yep.
Yes. So it's the super lock. So before we
it's
do
also
that,
a side bet that I just come up with at some point.
in the middle of it. So let's go ahead and get a legal ID in here before we'll pause 10 seconds for station ID.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
So Rico hates picking the same team as I do. Which is in part why he is doing so poorly.
I have to make up ground somehow, so I have to go against him on some games, even if I don't feel good about it.
So, for
That's
example,
a long way to make up.
Yeah,
I know, but if
it
we
is,
keep picking
it
the
is.
same, I'll never make up any ground.
So here we go. Let's play the music here, Rico. All right, it's time.
Sexy
It's
picks.
time. We always do the biggest spreads, no matter what the game is. We also do some of the less sexier games that people won't even watch because we don't know anything about them. Makes it enjoyable.
It's the fun part.
All right, so starting, a lot of people will know this one. I've already made my selections, so I do not change my picks. I've already picked them, just to make it go quicker. Number 2, Ohio State travels to number 13, Penn State. The Buckeyes on the road are a 15-point favorite. It dropped a half a point. It was 15.5. This game is big noon kickoff, 11 a.m. on Fox. Rico, who do we got?
One more time.
Ohio State at Penn State. Number 2, Buckeyes versus number 13, Nittany Lions. Ohio State is a 15-point favorite.
I know you picked Ohio State.
I sure did.
I'm picking Ohio State.
All right. Strick?
Ohio State.
All right.
Some of them are just obvious. And then you bully me.
It was obvious until he picked Iowa last week to cover.
He bullied me.
All right, next one. This one's going to be a little closer. Number 9, Oklahoma State travels to Manhattan to face off against number 22, Kansas State. The Wildcats are a 1.5 favorite over the Cowboys. This one is at 2:30 on Fox. Adrian Martinez, questionable to play.
That's why I'm out.
You're not
That's why
picking-
I'm out.
you-
I'm going Okie State.
All right. Rico?
Kansas State.
All right. I took Oklahoma State.
Adrian Martinez, 2.5 touchdowns.
Emotions. This is where he listen. He plays with it. He
does.
He
I
plays
do.
with his
Picks with his
emotions.
heart. Pick with my heart.
Picks with his heart. Now, this is the problem. Like, I would not be surprised if Oklahoma State beats Adrian Martinez in Kansas State either.
Yeah.
I'm high on Oklahoma State. I like Spencer Sanders a lot.
I think they feel like they're in a position right now that they need. They really can do some damage and move up.
They've just came off of a top 25 win
Yeah,
against Texas.
Texas.
Okay, here we go. Moving on. This
Fake
one,
top 25.
6:30 p.m. on ABC.
Ooh.
Michigan State travels to number 4 Michigan.
Is there a question?
Michigan
Depends
is
on the spread.
23-point favorites. That's a weird number.
I'm rolling. Michigan Stricky is rolling.
All right.
Listen, I just don't think Mel Tucker has a grasp on getting it done.
But it's a rivalry game like
it's
this.
a rivalry.
which
but
makes
if it was at
interesting.
Michigan State, I would maybe do it. But it
Interesting.
being in Michigan,
yeah,
3
I don't
touchdowns,
feel it.
a missed
At night-
extra point, and a field goal.
at night in
That's
the big
spread.
house. At night,
Night in the big
or
house.
you could do 3 touchdowns.
Michigan knows.
You know what?
That any type of non-domination in this game, pushes them out. They're going to beat the brakes off these guys.
You know what? Michigan State's had success against Michigan for a couple of years. Not last year, obviously. But they've had success against Michigan the past couple of years. I'm going to go Michigan State.
All right, well,
to cover. Not to win.
This is gonna be funny.
To cover.
All right, so now the biggest spread of the weekend across all of college football.
Love it.
At 9:30 p.m. on the CBS Sports Network.
Somebody out west.
Late, baby.
Nevada travels to San Jose State.
Oh, gosh.
The San Jose State Trojans are a 24.5-point favorite.
I know nothing about either of these teams.
Nothing about them.
But you know what?
I
Vegas
have-
knows.
I have watched a little Nevada football
Of
this
course
year.
you have.
Are they that bad?
So they got shut out to Iowa.
Of course, Iowa's defense
But
is
then
absolutely phenomenal.
Nevada also held tight with Utah State.
Give me San Jose State.
All right. I'm going. You going with that?
I have no idea. I had to
This
pick
is
one.
what makes us fun.
You
This
have
is
to
what
pick
makes it
one.
fun.
I'm going San Jose State.
I'm going to go with Nevada.
That's the thing is you have to pick one. It doesn't
I'm
matter.
going San
I'm going Nevada to cover.
All right.
Not to win, obviously, but to cover. That once again, that game, a riveting matchup.
So Nevada, that's what I'm saying. Nevada's the underdog.
Nevada's the underdog.
I'm going that to cover.
Nevada?
Nevada to cover.
Okay. Sounds
That's
good.
what I was looking for.
Sounds good. Yeah. So strict changes to Nevada. Once again, you can catch that one 9:30 p.m. on not CBS, but CBS Sports Network.
Love it.
Much higher on the channel guide. All right, we'll wait to Nebraska, Illinois for the last game of the pick. Going to the NFL. This one is at noon on CBS. The Las Vegas Raiders at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are a 1.5-point underdog, and Andy Dalton is starting.
Raiders.
Okay.
They've
For
stacked
sure.
that defense up to compete in the AFC West. They haven't been great as a team overall. The defense is still pretty good. Andy Dalton's not that great. And the
Facts.
Saints are a very strange team.
All right, so you're taking all of us. I'm taking
And
Raiders
then-
as well.
Yeah, and I think Alvin Kamara's got a lot of stuff on his mind.
Oh, yeah.
So
If Jameis
and you're
Winston-
facing that team, yes,
If Jameis Winston was playing, I would pick the Saints.
I'm rolling with Vegas.
So, all right, here we go. So I'm going Raiders as well to cover the 1.5 spread. Because Raiders are a 1.5 favorite. So here we go. Moving on, also at noon, the New England Patriots and starting quarterback Mac Jones travel to New York to face the Jets. Here's the thing: the
Jets are
Patriots. Here's the thing: the Patriots
are favored.
are a 2.5-point favorite.
Give it to me.
Pates,
You
know
rolling
it.
Belichick
You know it.
on the road?
Of course.
I'm taking the Jets.
Mac Jones is going to
I'm
go.
taking the Jets too.
Mac
bro.
Jones is going to go
All right.
straight at Sauce Gardner and prove he's not defensive rookie of the year, even though he's still going to.
I'm rolling with Joe Flacco. I'm rolling.
Okay.
He's a champion.
He's
I'm
elite.
rolling.
He's elite.
He's elite.
Okay,
At least
so
that's
here,
what the Ravens thought.
here we go. At noon, also on CBS, tied for the biggest spread of the weekend, the Pittsburgh Steelers
I knew he was gonna say it.
at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are 11-point favorites at home.
The
Is my
polls
boy
are
back?
greased.
Is my boy back?
Who?
TJ Watt.
No.
Then I'm not rolling. Eagles.
The polls are greased. Eagles.
I'm taking Eagles as well.
Eagles. No TJ Watt. Eagles.
All right, moving on. This is going to be a tough one. This is an interesting one. Giants at the Seahawks.
Ooh.
This one's at 3:25 on Fox.
Ooh.
The
Hey,
Seahawks are 3-point favorites.
Cade Johnson may make an appearance.
There it is.
Hope he does.
Also,
Johnson.
you might see even more of Wan'Dale Robinson now that the Giants traded Kadarius Toney.
Ooh.
Geno Smith has been putting up
Geno Smith, you rolling, Geno?
points.
Kenneth Walker also is coming into his own.
Ha! Striggy.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna go Seahawks.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna
Seattle.
go Seahawks.
You're going Seattle?
In the 12.
Seattle.
In the
Seattle are
12th
the
man.
favorite. Seattle's are the 3-point favorite.
I'm going Seattle with 12.
Wait,
man.
did you go Seattle?
I went Giants.
Then give me Seattle.
Okay. Also tied for the biggest spread of the weekend, the Sunday night football matchup,
Packers?
7:20 on NBC.
It's got to be
The
Packers.
Green Bay
It's gotta
Packers
be.
at the Buffalo Bills.
There's
the
no
Bills,
question.
the Bills are 11-point favorites.
Yes.
Let me tell you why.
Go ahead.
I'm rolling Bills. One, Josh Allen, MVP.
Get him.
I'm rolling Bills because right now, I don't know if no one wants to block for
Yeah.
for
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anyone wants to make a catch for him because he's put him on blast.
That's
I'm
true.
going Bills.
Get him. Bills.
Bills?
Yeah.
We're all taking Bills.
The Bills.
This is the
Bills.
third one that I was thinking about here.
Although this would be the game that Aaron Rodgers just goes
Just goes nuts. Right?
Yeah.
It's really unbelievable.
I was going back and forth about this one. Broncos and Jaguars. This one does not count.
8:30 in London.
8:30 a.m. in
Oh.
London.
Ugh.
The Jaguars are 2.5-point favorites.
Yes. Jags. Yes.
I'm taking the Broncos.
Travis Etienne starting.
Is this on the thing?
No,
No.
it's not.
I'm gonna go Broncos.
I think the Broncos. We can make it on the thing.
Put it
if
on
you
the thing.
Put it on the thing.
Oh,
Put it on.
God.
No, put
Look
it on.
at you.
Yeah, put it on. Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne starting. All right, he's finally getting his chance after they traded away their
All right,
starting
so
running
Broncos at Jaguars, but it's
Ugh, that's an
basically
ugly game. Bro.
back. That's a
Jaguars-
Clemson backfield.
Jaguars are 2.5-point favorites. You also don't have some of the receivers on the edge as well, though. This one's at 8:30 a.m. in London.
Man, your boy's got to break out sooner or later. Tell Sierra to just, kiss you on the cheek
Rico
one time.
Strick.
Man, freak.
All right, so
Unbelievable. Broncos got it.
Strick, you and I are going Donkeys.
Yep.
Donkeys.
The Donkey Show.
And you are going Jags.
Yeah, I am.
All right.
Big Cats.
Last but certainly not least, before we get you guys on the block with Strickenbach today.
Strickenbach.
At Memorial Stadium.
Uh-oh.
The number 17 Fighting Illini of Illinois travel to Lincoln. They are 7.5-point favorites, are the Fighting Illini. This one kicks off 2:30 on ABC with Dave Pasch on the call and Tom Luganbill on the sideline. Of ESPN.
Tag!
No.
Tag.
Both your tags are here.
We're all here.
Both your tags are here.
I don't even know I want to.
And you know what? You know what, Stricky?
Jake, I need a Jake tag.
No, Stricky. Hey, guess what? You go first.
Oh, ain't this about a listen.
Do you want me to go first?
I just don't think Nebraska can stop the run. So with that in mind, spread 7.5.
7.5.
I've got to go Illinois on the spread.
Okay, Rico.
I hate it.
This is so dungeon-like right now because there's no music. I don't want the music.
No, this is important.
But this is intense.
This is important.
Here.
I want people to.
This
I want people to hear
intense.
this.
Until Nebraska can show me they can do anything with the run.
Yeah.
I can't.
I feel the same way. Nebraska can't stop the run. They're going up against the best pass rush in the conference, arguably in Illinois.
One of the top 5 defenses in the country.
Yeah,
top 5 in a lot of categories.
In Illinois' front 7, they're going to bring the blitz. They're going to go one-on-one on the outside. I don't know if Casey will have enough time to take advantage of that. I don't know if his receivers will be able to take advantage of that. I'm going to go Illinois 28, Nebraska 14.
Okay. I'm also going Illinois to cover the spread.
Yeah.
For all the reasons you said. Here's what the side bet's going to be, gentlemen.
Ooh.
Side bet.
Yeah.
Chase Brown over under
150?
160 yards rushing.
Ooh, you went 160.
Damn, you crazy.
Over.
Okay,
I say 175. Actually,
you know what?
I think they're going to stack the box. I don't think he gets there. I'm going under.
Actually, okay, let's change because I think so too. I think that because Bill Bush, here's the thing with Bill Bush, there's going to be adjustments made.
They're going to have a good pass.
Chase
game.
Brown.
Over under 137.5.
Come on, bro.
Is that right? That's right in the middle.
Bro.
This is Vegas. Welcome to Vegas, Stricky.
I'm over on 135.
137.5.
Over.
Look at the.
Over.
I'm over. I'm over 135 for sure.
I mean, I got
That's not the over under. 137.5.
I got 137.5.
Yeah.
I'm over.
Okay.
I got a better one for you.
I'm saying at least around 1.
I'm going to say under.
I got a better one for you. Tommy DeVito over under 150 passing.
What? Over.
Over 100%.
Major over.
Major over.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%.
What if they run it the whole time?
They have a tight end by the name of Luke Ford that nobody's talking about.
I think if anything happens in this game, Illinois is going to have a super passing game as opposed to a running game.
So you're going over 137.5.
Yeah.
Over.
You're going over 100. I'm going to go under. Now we
well,
have
of course, if they go under, then he's easily going over 150 passing.
Is this a 2-pointer for you guys?
No, this is
Oh, no,
just
we haven't done our
side,
locks yet.
side bets are just
That's
just
just
one
an extra point.
Now we do our super locks.
Okay.
That you can pick any of the games that we picked, and I'll run through them again. And your spread pick is you can choose to be your super lock. Which one you feel the most confident in? Ohio State at Penn State, Oklahoma State at Kansas State, Michigan State at Michigan, Nevada at San Jose State, 9:30 p.m. on CBS Sports Network.
I'm already in Michigan.
That's
Michigan State. Stricky's already on that.
All right, super lock.
For sure. It's a for sure show for that one.
All right.
Yes.
Then obviously Nebraska, Illinois.
Negative. I would not.
Broncos, Jags,
Mm.
Raiders, Saints, Patriots, Jets, Steelers, Eagles, Giants, Seahawks, or Packers, Bills.
I don't know.
Patriots, Jets, super lock.
Okay. Super lock for the Patriots to cover 2.5.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
Tight corner.
Enrique Alvarez Clary.
What's up?
My super lock, Ohio State.
What was that one? 14?
Plus 15. Minus 15. I think they win by 3 touchdowns.
I think they do too, but I'm gonna.
Here's the deal. I think time of day plays a big part in this. If it was a 6:30 game on ABC, whiteout like Penn State had against Minnesota last weekend,
dangerous.
then I'm trying. I might take Penn State to cover. 11 a.m. on big noon kickoff.
Not happening.
It's the energy will be there, but then it's going to be the suffocating feeling that every opponent experiences when they play Ohio State. When they look up, they're like, "Oh shoot, we're only down by 7. We got a chance." And then you look up 3 minutes later and you're down by 21.
Mm-hmm.
It's what I like. Think about what Iowa went through last week. There was a moment where it was like 16-10 for 4 or 5 minutes of game time. And then in a blink of an eye, it made it to be like 20 something to 10. And that was it. It ended up being 54-10.
It's a beautiful pass and catch from CJ Stroud.
All right. Open. So here we go. There they are. Let's go ahead and hit that music.
I'm locked in.
Rico, so we both know Illinois is taking the covering the spread. That's what we believe.
Yep.
Remind us your score prediction.
28-14 Illinois.
I think Nebraska is actually going to be able to score the ball when they have opportunities. Now, I just don't think their defense will be able to give their offense a whole lot of opportunities.
That's where my problem is.
I'm going to go 34-24. Illinois beats Nebraska.
I'm just scared if Nebraska gets into the red zone and has a short field that they're going to try to run. They're not going to be able to run. And if they try to pass, those corners are smart. And those corners and safeties are smart enough to use the back of the end zone. And the short field.
I would also say, so Illinois plays a lot of man coverage. I would not be surprised to see Trey Palmer maybe have less of an impact on this game and Marcus Washington to have more of an impact. So there you go. Stick around.
Travis Vokalek.
Stick around on the block with Strick and Bach is coming up next. We'll talk to you guys on Monday. See ya.
Adios.
It's tailgate season,